So when it comes to creating a successful YouTube channel and making money on the platform, it has come to my attention that quite a few YouTubers have been touting these easy so-called cash cow YouTube channel methods that in my opinion aren't really all that effective nor sustainable. And so when something sounds too good to be true, it usually is.
Right.
But despite what I just said, in this video I'm going to show you one of the few YouTube channel types that I believe to be quite easy to create. Plus you don't have to make a lot of your own content, and you can actually even monetize that sort of channel without using Google Adsense. Now before we begin, be sure to gently smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel for more cutting edge videos about making money online and digital entrepreneurship just like this one. Plus you can also check out my investing channel. And with that, let's get started with the video. So before we begin, I'd just like to quickly mention that a couple of weeks ago I did a video on 5 different techniques that you can monetize a YouTube channel without using Google AdSense, which you can definitely check out if you want to see some of the other techniques other than the one mentioned in this very video, which is in fact one of the techniques that I mentioned in this previous video as well. But anyhow, I'll link this sort of overview video, broader video in the description box below for you to check out as well. And with that, let's jump right into the main example channel I'd like to show you guys today, followed by a step-by-step tutorial on how to actually create simple videos very similar to the ones of that channel. Anyway, the channel in question is called UFactTech, and as you can see, it's got almost 140 subscribers and it's still growing very, very rapidly. For example, if we quickly check out its Social Blade stats, and by the way, you can take some of these monetization stats with a grain of salt, as in its earnings. But if we look at how many subscribers it's gained, it's actually been getting a few thousand subscribers per day with a peak of 11,000 subscribers that it's gotten at the end of January. Quite impressive indeed. And for the earnings, again, this is not exactly the most accurate on Social Blade because this can really vary quite greatly depending on the channel and the niche and the type of people who actually watch the videos, but we can pretty safely say that they're probably earning at least a couple hundred at the very least dollars per day.
Look what I found in my pocket! Look! A year's salary right here!
And yet this AdSense revenue is likely only a very small proportion of how much the channel earns as a whole because of the other ways that the channel is actually monetizing, which I will get to shortly. But first, coming back over to the channel and checking out what it actually does, we can see that it is mainly a gadget overview introduction channel where they just go through a bunch of different types of cool gadgets for various demographics like men and gamers and car gadgets and so on and so forth. And the beauty of this type of channel is that not only do you not really have to create a lot of content yourself, because you'll find that many of these short video clips that are within these compilations are actually the official videos from the companies that create these products. But also, by featuring all these cool and wacky gadgets, you also have a fairly good chance of getting your videos to trend or even go viral. And now to check out an example of one of their videos, such as this latest one, first of all, by the way, if you want to actually monetize through Google AdSense, you cannot simply just upload or re-upload other people's videos and compile them into your own video clip. You have to actually add significant value to your video to be able to differentiate it enough from the original.
Of course!
Now, YouTube itself doesn't really provide a very concrete explanation of how you can change videos to make them qualify for YouTube AdSense, but I think a really good rule of thumb is that your videos have to have enough additional value and transformation to provide people another reason to watch your video versus just watching simply the older videos that you originally took from. And using this video as an example, the value that they added was that they not only created a compilation video by putting a bunch of these cool clips together in one place for people's convenience essentially, but they also added a easy commentary describing what each gadget actually does. And this all is quite easy to pull off whether you do it on your own, the voiceover that is, or if you actually hire somebody to do it for you for a small sum. And now, if you actually check out the other way that this channel actually monetizes, and again, they probably earn a lot more from this method than through YouTube or Google AdSense, it is that if we actually open up the description of this video, and of all their videos in fact, we'll actually see all of these links to all the tools that they introduce in each video. And what these links actually are is, for example, if I open up this first one, it actually brings us to this special link. It's not even a direct Amazon link, but it's actually a link called Genius. And then this actually takes you to the Amazon link, which is indeed an Amazon affiliate link. And so if somebody goes and purchases this gadget or in fact any other product on Amazon through this link, they will earn a commission. Now, it's definitely viable to straight up link an Amazon Associates link in the description of your videos, but what this channel has done is actually quite clever because they use a third-party platform called Genius, which actually does something called automatic Amazon localization. And this is useful because Amazon is pretty much a global marketplace, and the thing with people accessing it from different countries is that they want to actually see the actual item within their own local Amazon marketplace. And so if you just link a, for example, American Amazon link or different country, whatever country you're from, Amazon link straight up on your video, it may not actually directly take people to the one within their own marketplace that would be more ideal. So for Genius, they actually redirect people to those products and also allow you to thus earn commissions appropriately in the respective program. And so what I'm trying to point out with this example is, for example, if Amazon Associates isn't available in your country, you can also try out the eBay Partner Network or even the AliExpress affiliate program, or better yet, if you can sign up for all three, you'll have access to a whole bunch of different options and variety across 3 huge platforms.
It's nice.
And with that, let's get straight on into how to create a simple video just like theirs, step by step. First up, to actually find these cool gadgets to put onto your video, and by the way, these gadgets will preferably already have had a video that already exists for them, usually by their own brand. We can just pretty much take to google.com, for example, and just search up something like cool gadgets for men or cool gadgets for whatever niche you want to focus on. Now, some of these things I've already checked out beforehand. As you can see, some of them are in purple, and the reason is that I need to find a product that already has an existing YouTube video or other type of video that is already online that I can actually repost and compile into my own video, right? For example, this first link actually works, or one of the products rather actually works. If I just open it up right here, we'll see that if I just scroll down to number 27, which is the live straw, what you actually want to do is, first of all, you definitely want to check whether it's available on the major marketplaces, right? Because you'll want to promote them as an affiliate to be able to make money. And so here there is already an Amazon link, so I know that it's probably on Amazon, and indeed if I just open up their link here, it's right here. By the way, sometimes the products will be sold out and whatnot, so you definitely want to check, but here it isn't, so this will definitely work to promote as an Amazon associate or affiliate. And then if we actually go to YouTube and search up LiveStraw, so again, what you want to pay attention to is the brand name. And typically if a product has its own YouTube channel, it'll be named after its brand name, right? So in this case, I think this is just called LiveStraw. The brand name itself is called LiveStraw, and so it indeed exists on YouTube and also has a lot of videos that we can repurpose and compile into our own video. And just looking through its videos, we want to find the one that explains the very LiveStraw that we see here, right? Because we're going to be promoting this product. So just looking through its YouTube channel, I've actually come across this very video right here. And this is just a very short 1-minute video, which is perfect, which describes exactly what the product is. And then what I'm going to do now is download it with just googling any sort of YouTube downloader, and just finding one there. So here I just typed in YouTube downloader, and the very first link actually opens up to this, where I can just go back to the YouTube video, copy it up, and then just paste the link into the box here, and then just hit convert. And this should actually allow me to download the MP4. So yeah, here you can see that I can download a 720p MP4 file. Then I can just select get link, and it should allow me to download it shortly. Alright, and by the way, when you're compiling and re-uploading these types of videos onto your own channel, it technically isn't legal unless you do something called fair use, which actually means, by YouTube's terms, adding some kind of value to that content to sort of make it your own unique content. An example would be providing commentary for a video, such as what they do with the channel that I showed you at the beginning, right? And that is also precisely why you see so many popular YouTube channels doing these reaction videos, where they actually play somebody else's video in their own video and basically react to it or provide some kind of commentary, because that is in fact considered fair use and thus allows you to use those videos. And thus it is also for this reason that when we're re-uploading any of these videos into our own, we have to have some sort of commentary, whether it be again your own or if you ask somebody else to do it for you.
Just do it!
Now, if you do want to actually do your own voiceover, first of all, you should have some sort of decent microphone, but it doesn't have to be the most expensive. For example, a Blue Snowball is quite affordable and it's quite good as well. Plus, you can use some third-party software to make it sound a lot better as well. Anyhow, with your own voiceover, you would just usually use some kind of free video editor that comes with some kind of video recording functionality for you to be able to basically play the video in your editor and just voice over it right away. As opposed to having to sort of of record your audio elsewhere and then having to sync the video with the audio, which is a bit more of a hassle in the long run. And for example, you can use a free software like VSDC, which is quite decent, and there are other ones as well. For example, I used to use Windows Movie Maker and that worked great for me. Plus on VSDC, they also have their own tutorials for doing things like voice recording, like this very tutorial right here. Alternatively, you can use another software which is really popular for voice recording called Audacity, where this is really good for if you need to do some sort of touching up of your voice. But generally, I recommend just straight up using the video editing software to do your recording, because if you use Audacity instead, this will just be your voice without the video, right? So you then have to add or import your audio file onto your video and then just sync up, the scenes with your voice recording, and it might be a little bit tedious that way, as opposed to straight up recording while your video is playing and seeing exactly where you're supposed to say what you're supposed to say. And later on, I'll also briefly demonstrate how to construct your video as well as how to do the voice recording with a video editing software. But anyhow, before that, if you're going to actually outsource the voice recording to somebody else, one great choice is obviously Fiverr.com, where you can generally get fairly low priced gigs for people to, and freelancers essentially, to help you do these voiceovers. For instance, we have one person here who is charging $10 for a male high quality, so to speak, voiceover, and this seems to be a very versatile one because you can basically give them anything and they'll do it for you. Or you can probably find ones on Fiverr where they specialize in, for example, video voiceover or YouTube video voiceovers, and so on and so forth. And all the way up here, there's even a gig that says I would create a top 10 YouTube video with voiceover. So this could actually have some potential as well if you look into it. Now, the great thing about doing these sorts of video voiceovers with freelancers or on your own is that they already have their own voiceovers, right? So all you really have to do, or all these freelancers have to do, which makes it easy for you to communicate with them and tell them exactly what to do, is basically to just listen. You or they can just listen to the video and then just gather what it says and just say it again in your own words and perhaps add a bit of flavor to it. And now, getting on to the video creation and editing process, here you can see that I've already dragged in the water or live straw rather video into my editor here. But if you want to be really professional, the first thing you should actually do is to have some sort of short introduction, right? Where you basically just introduce what types of products you're going to be having in your video. For example, gadgets for men or gadgets for computer gamers or whatever in your intro, right? And to find video clips for that introduction, you can either do a quick mashup of all the clips that you get or download from all these respective gadget YouTube channels, or you can also take to a website called Pexels, where you can just search up something like gadget or whatever, and be able to find a lot of royalty-free clips for you to use for whatever purpose, such as your introduction. And then once you prepare your introductory clips, you obviously want to do a brief voiceover for that as well, or get somebody else to do it. And then for the actual product descriptions, you can basically just look at the video and just talk over it as it progresses, right? For instance, the first few seconds will be like the introduction, what it is, and then over here you can talk about, for example, we have like this infographic that shows up. You can just basically run through like, how the hollow fiber membrane filters most of the bacteria out of the water to make it safe to drink. And then moving on, you can briefly talk about how it's actually used. You just need to plop it into the stream and then you'll be able to drink right through it like a straw. And then finally, just talk about how it's easily, portable and light and things like that, perfect for camping and trips. And finally, at the end, you can even consider cutting out some parts, because you don't necessarily have to use each entire clip, right? Because especially you have like the thank you portion, that's not going to make a lot of sense for these types of compilation videos. So all you really need to do is to, trim it right towards the end, right before here. And I can just, for example, for Windows Movie Maker, I can just right click it and say set endpoint, and that'll pretty much be it. And now for a brief example of how to do a voiceover recording, I'm just gonna go ahead and straight up click on record narration up here, and then select the record button just to show you what an introduction could look like. So anyway, first up, we have the award-winning live straw, which is very useful for emergencies, camping, hiking, and all sorts of outdoor activities. And all I need to do now is to make sure the voiceover actually matches what's being played in the video. So I don't want the intro to actually get to this point where the infographic shows up. And unfortunately, the length is actually about right. So I just need to shorten the front, because here, as you can see, I'm not actually talking here because there are no sound waves. So I could just right click and set start point. And if I just scroll through, this is actually about right. And then I can just basically transition to the next section. Oops. Control Z there. Whoa, that was a mistake. Okay, there we go. I can set endpoint for this last bit here. And obviously that recording wasn't perfect, but you know, you can probably do it a couple more times just to make it more polished, but this is just an example and it actually turned out okay. And that is pretty much all it is to creating a video. It's very, very simple, right? Again, all you need to do is to first of all have your short introduction with your voiceover with some royalty-free clips or perhaps a mashup of all the other gadget clips, and then just have drag in all the gadget videos that you downloaded from YouTube and just provide simple descriptive voiceovers for each of them. And after you're done rendering your video, you're pretty much ready to upload it, as well as include your affiliate links from say Amazon, eBay, or Alipay or whatever to get it monetized. And now for a couple of tips to help you get a bit more reach on YouTube is, first of all, you want to sort of target different types of niches. For instance, if we look at, again, UFact Tech, they do different types of videos, for example, targeting men for this first video that we checked out, as well as this is more general, coolest gadgets that are worth buying, but we also have some other niches that they are targeting, such as car gadgets, as well as, let's see, I think there's some ones for gamers as well, and there's one here called home gadgets. So basically you want to sometimes have different keywords in your titles and descriptions to sort of spread your net a bit wider, so to speak, to sort of capture different types of audiences on YouTube.
Why make trillions when we could make billions?
And the second tip I have for you regarding YouTube is you can also get an extension, which is free by the way, called VidIQ, which will allow you to not only see the keywords and tags used by other channels and videos, but also easily and conveniently copy them onto your own videos. Or I usually recommend, for example, okay, here we have the video that we saw at the beginning, and as you can see on the far right, we have the video tags, and there's even a link. There's even a button here where I can click to copy this onto my clipboard to then paste onto my YouTube, my own videos tags, right? And what I usually like to do is I don't necessarily use every single tag that they have here, because it depends on what video I'm actually creating, right? My video might be slightly different, so I'll just keep a few of the tags that are relevant to my video as well and just add some more unique, usually longer tail keywords to make it more specific, especially for a newer channel, to be able to rank on my own video. And so by having some of the tags of another popular video and also including a few of my own longer tail keywords, I'm sort of balancing out the possibilities of first being a suggested video to that video I'm copying the tags from, and also with these longer tail keywords, which are just long keywords and very specific ones, for my new YouTube channel and sort of smaller channel and newer videos to be able to rank on YouTube search. And that is pretty much all I want to show you in today's video. But before you go, be sure to check out my free YouTube ebook linked in the description box below, which covers how to take any hobby and turn it into a profitable YouTube side hustle. And with that, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.